guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing awesome today. So today's video is going to be a monthly favorites. Now I'm gonna try I'm gonna try with everything in me to commit to doing these at least once a month. So I'll talk about anything that I've really been using a lot of for that particular month, whether it's like shoes or handbag or product, makeup, perfume, anything like that. So if you guys are interested in seeing what my favorites are for February, stay tuned. Okay, so as I mentioned before, you guys, I'm in North Carolina, and while we don't get super cold winters, in February it is one of our colder months, so it is pretty chilly. So we get, you know, weather in the 30s, 40s, something like that. Could be honestly anything 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, sometimes 70s. So we get like a mix of weather in February, but it's still very much winter time here. So for that reason, the first thing that I want to talk about that I really found myself using a lot of this month is my Louis Vuitton denim shawl. So this is what it looks like. It's a square. I think it's around, I don't remember the measurements. I think it was around 51 inch. I don't know. I'll put the measurements below because I feel like I'm going to make something up. So it's just a denim shawl. I believe the color is actually black, but it looks gray. So it's gray, kind of a gray and white on one side. And then on the other side, it is kind of the reverse on this side. So you have a couple of different options that you can wear it. Now, I really like this because it is not super thick. And I like that because, like I said, February can be so all over the place. We can really get some warmer temperatures. Like I said, sometimes 50s, 60s. On any given day, it could be 70s. So for that reason, this is great to have in the wintertime, and I really found myself using this a lot. I don't really like really super thick scarves because honestly here sometimes it's just really not cold enough for that. So I find myself really liking something like this that's thin enough that it does give you some coverage, it does give you some warmth, but it doesn't like suffocate you and choke you to death on those days when it's not quite as cold outside. So I really like this, and I think it's also great for traveling. So if you find yourself flying a lot, this is great for having on the plane because like I said, it's something thin enough that you can kind of fold it up and easily put it in your bag, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. And also if it is colder, you can also pull it out and wrap yourself up and look super fashionable. Also, you know, pulling out your Louis Vuitton scarf to kind of cover up. So this is really great. Like I said, I really found myself using this a ton this month, and I probably still use it quite a bit next month as well. Hopefully I won't have to so much, but it is pretty nice to have. So now this exact color might not still be available on the Louis Vuitton website, but I think the shawl is still available. I did get this maybe a year or two ago, so I'm not sure if it's still on the site, but I'll definitely link it below if it is. So the next thing that I want to talk about is kind of geared towards the colder weather also, and it is a fragrance. Now I told you guys before, I don't necessarily have really hard rules around what fragrances I'll wear, you know, in the wintertime or the summertime, but there are certain fragrances that I do tend to like more at certain times of the year. So I do tend to like, you know, warmer fragrances, you know, sweeter fragrances in the wintertime, and I do tend to like things that are a little bit fresher and lighter in the summertime. So the fragrance that I really find myself loving in the cooler weather is Tom Ford's Noir. So it's this one, and I love this fragrance. Like this is, oh my gosh. This, like, I love everything about this fragrance. Now I'm not gonna go into all the notes about this fragrance because honestly I haven't looked back at the site and I don't remember what they are, but I'm just gonna tell you what it smells like to me. And to me this smells like, it smells like vanilla. So it's a sweet, kind of smoky fragrance. So it smells kind of like incense to me. I have no idea what the notes are. I may list them below. I don't know. But if you do want to know exactly what it is, you can definitely go to the Sephora website or Fragrantica or something like that and take a look at, you know, what all the top notes, base notes and everything like that are. But I just love this one because it's a warm fragrance. It's a little bit spicy. It smells like, I love this. I'm not gonna say it's masculine, but I don't know, someone might think it's a little bit masculine, but I think it's maybe because it smells like tobacco to me a little bit, and it has that smokiness to it. So that's what I think maybe gives it a little bit of a masculine feel to it, but I still really like it. I don't care if it's masculine. I like it, and I'll still wear this in the summertime too. Now, if you're used to like fruity fragrances and florals and things like that, This may not be something that you like, but I actually do like those types of fragrances as well. And I still really, really love this one because I think it's a nice change of pace to do something a little bit different. So if you aren't afraid to try something new, I would definitely check this out. So yeah, Tom Ford's Noir. So the next thing I want to talk about that I purchased actually a couple of months ago, and I didn't use it probably for the first month that I got it, probably the first 2 months that I got it. And I was like, oh my God, I probably just wasted my money. I'm going to end up selling it. But I actually found myself using it a lot of the past 2 months, honestly. And I'm really glad I decided to keep it. And I'm glad I did find use for it. And that is the Louis Vuitton Agenda. And this is the MM size. So this is in the damier bean print. Now this one, I actually did purchase this pre-loved. And the reason I did that is because it's pricey, honestly. And I just did not see myself paying full price for this. so I did find a fantastic seller on one of the Facebook, I think the Facebook addicted groups or something like that. And she was selling this and I got it for a really, really great price. So this does come in, I think it's 3 sizes. There may be an extra one. It does come in the PM size, which is smaller, which is probably about like this size or something. That one is a little bit too small for me. I didn't really find a lot of use for that size. Again, this one is the MM, the medium size, and then there is one that is bigger than this one, the GM, I believe. So I decided to go with this one because this one fits in basically all the handbags that I have, besides the really, really small ones. Now, this one's not going to fit in like my Marmont camera bag. This is probably going to take up the whole bag if it does fit in there at all. So you'll probably need like the PM size if you do need an agenda in a bag like that size. But this one, it fits in all of my other handbags. Great. I really like it. I'm not really going to show you too much about what's in here because it's not really organized right now. I am going to take a little bit of time to get some really nice inserts and things like that to make it look really nice. But for now, I just have the Filofax inserts. And I mean, it's working. Like it looks fine. So, and I got a great deal on this one. And I think because it had initials in it. Now, the initials were there and they whoever it was, tried to kind of scratch it off or something like that. So the heat stamp, the color wasn't there, but you can still see like the print of where the heat stamp was. So I just had some gold stickers from, I don't know, I think just from another planner that I just put there to cover it up. So that's what I did and it's fine for me. So I don't really mind. And I'm actually glad that I did find it pre-loved because I just really couldn't see myself paying full price for really what is a notebook. But I still like it because I think it looks nice. I do use it a lot. I have a lot of meetings and I take a lot of notes. So this works great for me. I do have just some additional lined paper and some blank paper in it as well. So I think it looks a lot nicer to pull this out and, take notes here as opposed to what I was doing. I just had random sticky notes and all kinds of just random pieces of paper. So I like this a lot better. So the next thing I want to talk about is a pair of sunglasses. And these are my Key Australia sunglasses. And these are, I think, the Desi Perkins collaboration. I think these are called the High Key, I believe. I'll definitely put the name in the description box to make sure I give you guys the right name. But I just like these. Now, I told you guys before that the sunglasses I normally wear are prescription sunglasses. So even if I do buy a pair of, luxury sunglasses, I'll always have to take the lenses out and put my prescription lenses in them. So I don't really get too fancy with the actual lenses, but I like these specifically because of the lenses. So obviously I didn't want to change it out and put my regular prescription in it because I wouldn't be able to get that same effect. So when I do wear these, I do have to wear contacts because I can't see. So, but it's fine. Just because I like them that much. I did get these from Nordstrom's and they were like, what, $65? So even though it's a little trendy, I didn't mind paying that price for them. So this is what they look like, and they do have the nice fade ombre effect on them. And they actually do come in 2 sizes. This is the large size, and they do have a mini size. So now I really like large sunglasses, but if that's not your thing, they do have a smaller pair. So go with the mini size if you don't want, super large frames. Now the last thing I want to talk about is actually a handbag. And I think this is the last handbag I purchased, maybe. No, it's not. I got this before that. So I've had this for a couple of months, but I've really been reaching for this one like a lot. Like this has probably been my everyday bag. This bag is from Tory BURCH. Hope you can see it. It's a big bag. And I'm probably just going to let me just sit it down. Now I got this bag. I'm going to put the name I'm going to put the name in the description box because I really don't remember what it is. It's some tote. I forgot what it is. But I really, really like it. I'll put the color there. I'll put the color in the description box also because I don't remember what the color is either. But I mean, obviously it's like a taupey beige color. And now I got this specifically because I needed another work bag. And I just really like this color. I was going to get black, but I already have a couple of black bags, and I don't know, I just didn't want anything black, honestly. I just felt like that was going to be a little bit too boring, so I wanted to do something a little different. Now, when I do stray from black, sometimes I do tend to go to more towards like tan or like a camel color. Now, this bag did come in that color as well, but I saw this one, and I just really liked it. I think it goes with a lot. I think this works for the summertime if you are doing lighter colors, and I think it works well in the wintertime too because it's a really, really nice neutral. So I was really drawn to this one as well because it is, you know, somewhat structured. I told you guys before, I really do like structured bags, and I was really having a hard time finding a tote that would work for me. Now let me tell you, I actually was going to get the Neverfull in a damier bean print. Now I've talked about the Neverfull in some previous videos, and it's not really my favorite bag. Even though that's not a structured bag, I'm like, well, it's a tote and I think it'll work, so I'm just gonna get it. So I went to Charlotte with the intention of probably getting that bag if I didn't find anything else. So as I was going, I usually go in through, I usually go in through Neiman Marcus. So as I was going through Neiman Marcus, just walking from the entrance of Neiman Marcus, you know, kind of strolling past the other handbags and, you know, looking at a couple of other things, on the way out the door to, you know, get to the other, to get inside the mall to the Louis Vuitton store, I probably saw 5 Neverfulls just on the way out the door. So I just, you know, and I know a lot of people have the bag because it is a functional bag. I know it's an efficient bag, it's functional, and I know that's why a lot of people have it. But I was like, I don't know. I just don't like having the same bag that everybody else has. So I was just like, oh. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, she has it too. And she has it too. Oh my God, there's another one. So I was already just like, oh my gosh. So when I got to the Louis Vuitton store, I asked to look at the GM size and the MM size just so I could compare sizes and see which one would work more for me. So the SA that was working with me was really nice. So she was like, you don't really seem like you're in love with it. And I asked her if I could see a couple of other bags, a couple of other totes that were there. So I think I looked at the Jersey tote, and I think there was like one other one. But it's still, you know, neither one of them really, really jumped out to me that I was like, oh, this is really, I gotta have this bag. So she was like, well, you know, if you're not really, really in love with it, why don't you just give it a little bit of time? You know, just think about it a little bit and, you know, just decide then if you're not really, really sure that's what you want to get right now. So I was like, okay. And that was the best thing for me to do, honestly, because I probably would have ended up returning it, honestly. So I left the store, and then after that, I went to the Tory Burch store. So when I got there, I saw this bag, and I saw this color, and I was like, you know what? I really like it. So I tried it on, I looked at it, I decided to go with this color. Now, I got this one, but at the same time, it's not everything that I want, because while it is a little more structured than, you know, something like the Neverfull, it still does not have a complete zip closure, and that was one of the things that I didn't like about the Neverfull. So that is still the case with this one. So I'm okay with this one because, of course, the price is, you know, drastically, you know, less than the Neverfull, but still it doesn't close all the way. So I probably should have waited and held out for something that was exactly what I was looking for. But, you know, I like it enough for now until I find something different. So, but this is what it looks like on the inside. It has a couple of compartments here, which I like. I can put my sunglass case here. There's a zip closure on this side. Let's see. On this side, there's a big flat pocket, couple of flat pockets here. But there is a zip closure in the middle compartment. So that's okay. So if I have things that I feel like need to be secured, I'm okay with putting it in the big section in the middle, but I still would rather have something that closes all the way. But, you know, it is what it is for now, so this is what I have. So another thing I like about this bag is the color goes really nice with my damier bean print stuff. So if I have my planner here, then it works really nice in the bag. And because it does not have a zip closure that completely closes the bag. I will sometimes take my shawl with me and kind of put that, you know, in the bag or over top of other things that I have in the bags, just so everything is not completely exposed. It depends on where I am. I may not necessarily take this particular shawl because, you know, I may not want to have this type of print just kind of out and, you know, wherever. So I may choose to use one of my other scarves like this that doesn't, you know, have a print, that doesn't have, you know, like a logo or something like that on it. So that is something that you could do if you have an issue with the bag just being completely open like that. So those items were my favorites for February, and hopefully I will be able to do favorites for you for March as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.